Well, I am back, and I didn't tell anybody I was coming back or that I was doing a video today. And the reason I didn't do that, because I wasn't sure I wanted anybody to know. I I'd like to get back to doing work like this because it's what I like. Uh, for those of you out there who have morals, I want you to notice I drew a line and a line and a line and a line, and now she's got clothes on. So shut the fuck up. Okay, now I want to take this. I want to take this drawing and turn it into something else. I wanted to take it and turn it into somebody with clothes on. And then I started getting banned for doing that because I started off with a drawing, you know? Jesus Christ. Pieces of charcoal smeared on paper. What could be more dangerous to the fabric of American society? So, um, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do this. It's an old drawing, very old. How old, you say? Older than some of you. The model was reading a book. I think she was doing her homework. It's a reading assignment for school. Most of our models were just students at the community college. There was a sign up outside the art room that basically said we were looking for models. And, you know, it's a way to make a few dollars. So uh, that's where we got all our models. So a lot of things that are proportionally wrong with it. You can see by all these dark black lines on this otherwise brown background. Um, I drew it in brown uh, pencil, which I don't even have anymore, but I used it up. But I drew it in that years ago, and then I came back at some other point and corrected a whole bunch of things that were wrong with it using a black pencil. So now you've got two tones, you got brown and black. And apparently still wasn't doing anything for me, and I put it away, and I'm back years after that to have another go. So we'll see what happens. Just have another go. And the thing that separates a picture of a pretty girl in the 21st century from a picture of a pretty girl in the fantasy science fiction universe is if she's wearing some kind of metallic headgear on her head. She's now a fantasy person. I don't know if it's really a crown per se. I mean, for lack of a better term, it's a crown, tiara, something. I don't know if I'm trying to imply that she's a princess or a queen, is what I was getting at there. Maybe this is just something people wear. if you wanted to imply that she was wearing something sheer and transparent, like gauze, um, you wouldn't do much more than what I've just done here. You would just make sure you had your shadows. Your shadows are very important for that. Make sure you got all your shadows. Then draw the big folds of cloth wherever it is you want them. Do a little bit of shadow for those. Don't overdo it. And then take a piece of white chalk and just kind of do the highlights of those shapes. Just where the cloth folded towards you, so there's like a double layer of cloth, and it's going to be more opaque. You just do things like that. And now it looks like she's wearing something gauzy and transparent. And am I going to leave it like that? Probably not. That wasn't my intention, so probably not. It just occurred to me to point that out while I was here. Do have a picture over here. I mean, the woman doesn't have a book and she's not sitting down. She's walking, but she's got hair kind of like that and a little tiara and a completely different dress. But it's enough. It's enough to give me a reference and say, okay, uh, look at the folds. Look at how the hair is laying against her. This person's wearing a dress with trim, and it's got some kind of design, but I really can't see it that well. It's not a big picture. It's a dress with trim. Some kind of Renaissance-y looking design. So that's what I'm doing. Renaissance-y looking design. Mostly I'm scribbling. But scribbling with a little bit of a deliberate pattern. Usually, if I put a full length dress on somebody, it's because I really screwed up the legs and stuff, and I don't like the way it looks. So I'm just going to cover it up. This one wasn't bad. It just wasn't special. I've got lots of drawings of somebody just sitting plunked down on a chair, doing nothing exciting. So I don't need another one. So girl wearing a dress, plunked down in a chair, reading a book. That's I don't know, a little different from what most of what I have. Just using a paper towel, doing some smudging. If you've been watching all along and now you're watching today, you may have noticed that my paper is tilted a little bit. It's usually square on to the camera. This is a compromise. I've got it at least halfway tilted towards me so that I'm not standing and working on it completely sideways the way I usually am. Um, I just decided last week that just had to go. I did a picture and I thought it was good, and then turned off the video and then stood up and got directly in front of my easel, and it was just terrible and it was embarrassing. So I don't want to do that anymore if I can avoid it. So I'm going to try to tilt the easel this way, and the camera's tilted this way, and I'm in between. There's about 18 inches between the front of the computer and this piece of paper. There's really not a lot of room for me in here, and I'm kind of scrunched up. I know it doesn't particularly look it in the video, but I'm really all scrunched up. And then it's right next to this desk where I've got this old laptop that's got all these pictures on it. I'm going to look at a different folder here for a bit. I've got a folder that's got a bunch of mostly movie scenes, but also some museum stuff. Rococo period. I guess some of it's Victorian and that kind of thing, but I just want to look at some costumes and some paraphernalia. What's going on? In particular, she's got to be sitting on something. She's got to be sitting on something. I don't really have a good example of a chair from the period. I'll just make something up. Certainly looked like everything from that era was more fancy than it was comfortable. I'll put a padding of some kind on it, at least implied. Guess you really wouldn't see the rest of it. The dress is in the way anyhow. And oh, here. I knew I wanted to put a shape there. I was just, before I opened this folder up, I was like, what shape am I going to put there? But there's some really cool candelabra things, and that seems like an obvious shape. A light source of some kind. So we do that. That's kind of fun. You could add as much detail to that as you wanted to, or as little. I could leave it practically like this, maybe in a slightly harder charcoal. Anyway, I'd like to put some more. A lot of people have told me they really like watching. Uh, well, in the past, they never actually watched. I posted the life drawing, the nude figure, and then I posted my ideas, the corrections that I made, and then I posted some thoughts that I had about a costume. And then, that idea kind of nudged another idea, which nudged another idea, which sent me down a whole other path. And then I started doing some crazy thing. And it's just, you're kind of witnessing the birth of an idea. And then someone else, because I don't write stories, someone else in the group starts saying, "Oh, this is going on," and they kind of make up a story about what's going on. I'm like, dude, write the book. Um, it's there was a whole creation that went on there. It wasn't all mine. It was partially the people that were sharing. Um, and that's a wonderful thing. And I thought, well, now we've got this live video. I should be able to share that, live. People can actually see me, watch me draw and do stuff. And basically, the second I had that, it got taken away. So, it's just like, I can do live videos, but you can't do what you do. You've got to do something else. Don't be you, Be yourself, be true to yourself, just don't be you. Stop being you. And it's kind of sad. Okay. I'd had every intention of putting big puffy sleeves on her. The other dress that I was looking at a minute ago was it had big puffy sleeves and they're cool looking. I kind of like them, but I realized that that would diminish so much of the form that you'd almost not even have a human figure anymore. You'd just have uh, you just have folds and rumples and wrinkles and things. So I think I'm going to leave it more or less like that. It's been almost 30 minutes, and there's nobody here but me, so that's okay. She needs jewelry, more jewelry. Some flames in those candles. And yeah, that's a start. That's a start of something. And I might do something more with that, or maybe we'll get out another sheet of paper and do something else tomorrow, or maybe I'm be banned from Facebook forever because there was charcoal. Somebody might, you know, maybe they went to hell for that or something. So I don't know. I'll be back again tomorrow at 3, I think. Bye bye.